Hello, so here's a little demo, and this gives you a little more responsiveness if you do it this way. Of course, you'd have to have some media queries when you get to mobile because things will just start smushing, but it gives you a pretty good start on desktop. So I'll show you what this code kind of looks like. In here, I just set up a header, really simple header, and then I have everything in main, and this could be a div with a class, anything you want. But, oh, right, I did do a div. I decided I would just wrap everything in this div to make my life easier. Or wrap, what am I talking about? Wrap the image in a div. Right, and so then main has this div and the block quotes. And so what I did was I made main be, where's main? Position relative. And what that's saying is it's saying, okay, if anything is absolutely positioned, I want it to be positioned relative to me, not the whole page. So this box, this main box where the image is, then becomes like how things are aligned. If I was to remove that, I'll kind of show you what that looks like. So if I uncomment this and then I refresh, it will position these relative to the whole page instead of just this box where the cat picture is. Okay, so let's undo that. Okay, so for the image in your mock-up, it looked like you basically have like a header that is like 100% wide, and then the block quotes are kind of like fitting in that 100% width, but the image is like more narrow. Let's see if I did a good job. Yeah, so this, I would move this over to the left more, I guess. It's not perfect, but it's getting there. So the header, I said the header was 80% width of the page. And then for image div where that cat is 80% of that. So it's like 80% of 80%. And it's also margin auto, so it'll center within that. And you can kind of see that if I do like a border 1 pixel solid. So there's the main border. So the cat is like 80% of that main border. Okay, and then the cat is not position absolute. It's just what it is. It's this div. This is really important. Make sure that this image width is 100% because otherwise it'll just be the size that it is. What I did was I grabbed an image that's 600 pixels wide by 1800 pixels high. And if I get rid of this, it's just going to try to be that 1600 by 1800 and it'll look crapola. So make sure you have that. You can definitely have it be more specific, like give it a class, or you can say if it's inside this div, if there's an image inside this div, make it 100% width. So there's that one, and then these, I just gave them background color so you can see them, and I want all of them to be position absolute, so I can just kind of get that CSS taken care of in like one fell swoop. For the first one, I want it to be a negative margin of 100 pixels up. So they kind of start at, I'll show you where 0 is. Nope, that's not 0. So for some reason this is 0. I wonder if it's because there's some padding or something. Anyway, that's 0. So I just kind of moved it up from there. So I gave it negative 100 to get it to where I want it to be. And then 2, I want it to be flush to the right. So I said make it 0 pixels from the right, and then make it about 40% of the viewport height, so that it's kind of halfway down the screen. That's definitely, noodling. And then the bottom, I want it to be negative 60 pixels from the bottom. So let's look at 0. So 0 is here. I want to move it down, so I'm going to give it negative from the bottom. That's the confusing part. Yeah, and then I had to give the footer a margin to kind of make space for this pushing this box down. And I also had to give a little margin to the header to make space for this box. So there is that. I hope this video helps. I put all of the CSS and HTML so you can kind of pick through it and try to figure out like why I made decisions. And yeah, ask me questions if this is confusing or helpful or hurtful. Let me know. Okay, thanks. Bye.